Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Aaron Collins, and this is another edition of me addressing worldly issues in a godly way. I really hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is in their right mind as usual. So, without further ado, let me just get on with this commentary. I'm gonna vent a little. Actually, got something I really need to talk about. You would think that after everything that's going on with this global situation, with riots that we have passed, with these recent defund the police campaigns and all this BLM and Antifa activity that's happening, you would think that the police departments of the nation would start acting right, would start behaving more appropriately. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And that actually brings me to my main topic of concern, which is an incident that happened in my own hometown, Chicago, Illinois, with the Chicago Police Department. So recently, Anjanette Young, who's a civil worker for the city of Chicago, been working there for like the past 20 years, dedicated service to the city, did everything she was supposed to do, was recently subjected to a very scary experience when Chicago police burst into her home and held her at gunpoint looking for somebody, which turns out they didn't do their research, and basically 43 times, she said 43 times that they had the wrong house. The individual they were looking for happened to be in the apartment next door. Now, this person was actually also supposed to even have some kind of police tracker on there. So, with the tracker, that means you're supposed to be able to ping or pinpoint their exact location if they have some kind of tracker. At least that's what it seems like to me. But anyway, that's not the worst of it. The worst part of the situation was she had just got through taking a shower. She had just got through working a long shift at her civil worker's job, I believe at the hospital. And, she had just taken a shower, was about to get ready to retire, probably to relax. And she wasn't even dressed. She was completely naked because she had just gotten out of the shower when the police came in. Now, a bunch of men, all of them, no female officers were with them. A bunch of men, they holding this woman, treating her like a criminal, didn't even give her the common decency to get dressed. They are screaming and asking her questions, and come to find out this is not even the right apartment they're in. She tells them once again 43 times that you're in the wrong house. They're trying to calm her down, and then eventually one of them puts a blanket over her, but the blanket kept on falling off because she wasn't able to keep it up because they had handcuffs on her. So eventually they allowed her to get dressed, and then they put the cuffs back on her. Even after she said what she was and who she was, they mistreated her, and bottom line is that they tried to cover it up. But see, Bible says that what's done in the dark is going to be exposed to the light. So we still know about it. That's how I'm able to talk about this right now with you. This woman was subjected to humiliation. She was mistreated. She was treated something as less than human. Now, I can probably assume that she was probably on the south side, because, as someone pointed out, if she'd have been on Lincoln Park, a white woman, she would not have been subjected to this type of humiliation. She would have been given some kind of decency. She would have been treated as a human being. But because this is a black woman, and they already regard us as 2/3 or whatever it says, is 2/3. I think it's 3/5 of a human being. I forget exactly what it is, but they still in their eyes regard us as not human and something that's not deserving of civil rights or human dignity. And this is what pisses me off about these departments. These departments are continuing to get away with these Gestapo tactics. They violate our civil rights. They still shoot us in the back with impunity. And once again, sidebar, my condolences to Casey, the young man in Ohio, Casey Goodson, who was murdered by the Columbus race soldiers there. But getting back to my topic, Anjanette Young was treated worse. She was treated like she was not a human being. And then they showed in one of the body cam footage, which they tried desperately to hide. They tried to cover this up. But once again, God is good. And they were exposed and found out about anyway. Found out they did some research in the car. They looked at the apartment, realized that they weren't. One of the supervisors that was there also went outside to talk to his people. Conveniently, he turned his body camera off, go figure, and talked about whatever they talked about. Mayor Lori Lightfoot did a piss-poor job at trying to deal with the situation. Then she would come back later on and say that she did her research, and then with these same crocodile tears, realized that they made a mistake. Police Chief David Brown realized that they made a mistake, and okay, fine, you realize they made a mistake. So what they need to do, what needs to happen, is she needs to sue the pants off the city of Chicago, off of the Chicago Police Department, and quite possibly even those individual officers who subjected her to that brutal humiliation. This woman's going to probably need some therapy even behind this, probably some counseling because of what happened to her. Once again, she shouted out 43 times, "You're in the wrong apartment." She's screaming and yelling at the top of her lungs, because we heard her, that you're in the wrong apartment. This is why us as black men, we must come together and we must protect our black women at all costs. We must protect our these are soft targets, and we must protect them. We must regard them as being precious. And I'm sure, I'm sure some of these manosphere whack jobs are going to probably find a way to blame this on her. Say she was at fault for what happened to her. Because that's what they do. But what I'm saying right now is to Mayor Lightfoot, you need to get behind this. You owe this woman. You owe her big time. And the officers involved in that, they need to be subjected to some severe punishment. I'm going to just say that. They need to be subjected to it. They did everything wrong in that entire case that could be done. Nobody did any research. No one did any kind of background checks or nothing. And this woman gave 20 years of dedicated service for life working for the city. And this is the type of thanks that they give her. Yeah, like I said before, I'm from Chicago, so I know how it is there. This woman, though, was brutally treated in a fashion that a white woman wouldn't even think of even being them giving. So, yeah, that's me venting my frustration at that entire situation. I hope that woman gets what she deserves. She needs to get a financial settlement. She needs to get some mental counseling. She needs to probably get some, like I said, some therapy. Now, disclaimer, I'm not any kind of medical expert. I'm not giving medical advice. But suffice it to say, after what she went through, I don't know how she could be dealing mentally in all this. This woman was not treated right. So, yeah, guys, get in the comments. Definitely let me know what you think about this situation. Let me know how you feel. You think that she should be compensated? You think that she should be given... I mean, and you know, another thing, she was actually scared for her life. She thought she would be the next Breonna Taylor, which is understandable. We know what happened to Breonna Taylor. Gunned down while she was asleep, unarmed. And once again, the police had the wrong apartment there. And not to mention, it was a no-knock warrant. So these departments are still executing no-knock warrants when that's actually constitutionally... I mean, that violates our rights. It's basically, I can't even talk right. They violated all of her constitutional rights. And I still want justice for Breonna Taylor and all these other victims of police misconduct. These Gestapo race soldiers that are infiltrating these departments have got to go. They have got to be dealt with the same type of penalties that any regular civilian such as myself will have to deal with. And I'm sick and tired of it. So, no, I'm going to sound off about this whole situation. Um, to Anjanette Young, keep your head up. I know it's hard. I know it's that was definitely a severe blow. But yeah, she needs to be compensated royally for this. And once again, to Lori Lightfoot, you bottom line, you need to get somewhere and sit down, because that was very piss poor service you did for this woman. And yeah, I mean, I feel the way I feel. I'm not apologizing for how I feel. I'm not apologizing for everything I'm saying. You know, people talk about you need to respect law enforcement. You want to get respect, you need to give respect. Just because you wear a badge doesn't mean you automatically are entitled to respect. So let that sink in. Get that in your mental capacity, or whatever it is you have up there. It's like they don't even do any kind of research mentally for these officers. They just put people on the street to fill up a uniform, a monkey suit, and just tell them, okay, go to work. I mean, no kind of accountability or training whatsoever. So I think I said everything I wanted to say regarding this particular situation. Yeah, this does not need to be swept under the rug. They tried to sweep it under the rug, but we still know now what happened. So I just wanted to send out shout out to Sister Young, and also back to my sidebar. Casey Goodson, young man gunned down, shot in the back, had a bunch of sandwiches with his family. Now the police did everything wrong in that situation too. Columbus, Ohio, they need to be put on a microscope as well. Shot this man. This man was accused of having a gun. He was with his family, kids around. So when they opened fire on him, they didn't even regard the safety of those children and other family members around. So that once again, these race soldiers are getting out of hand, and they need to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with according to every legal restraint and aspect of the law that they will put on us. So this needs to definitely be held before everyone's eyes too. And once again, my condolences to Casey Goodson, his family, and just let it be known. So, man, I said a lot, but stuff like that, if this doesn't piss you off to the highest levels of pissed offtivity, then you're not human. You just don't have a heart. But this needs to get under everyone's skin. Matter of fact, let me ask this question. Where was the Me Too movement when all this was going on with Anjanette Young? See, you're supposed to be for women's rights. You're supposed to be for standing up for women who've been violated. Okay, well, clearly this woman's been violated. So where you at, Me Too? Where you at? Hashtag Time's Up and all these other acronyms that you put. Where are you? Nowhere to be found. Anyway, whoo boy. Black people, wake the hell up. Wake up, unify, strategize. I mean, yeah, I know Lori Lightfoot's black, but you know what they say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Just because they got our skin color, just because they're melanated and pigmented, does not mean they don't have a colonized mindset also. I said this before, but you got white supremacists and blackface. And when I say that, I'm not talking about minstrel shows. I'm talking about actual black people with a colonized mentality. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm tired. I want to keep my sanity and keep my... Anyway, you already know what it is. So y'all, please definitely share this video. And get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Support the channel, paypal.me/RealAaronCollins, as well as patreon.com/RealAaronCollins. Hit the bell notification too when I drop more videos. And guys, just remember this. God is still good. He is, and he still sits on the throne. So remember that God loves you. I love you. Let's do life. Let's do life. I'll definitely see you in the next video.